Meet one of the latest members of the hostage poster takedown Hall of Shame. Stop Anti-Semitism, great account to follow on X, posted this clip of a young blonde woman giggling as she tore down poster after poster of the victims of those Hamas kidnappings. Watch.
Why are you taking those down? Why are you laughing? That's not funny.
Genocide is there, so...
It's not genocide. They're kidnapped individuals.
So funny. So cute. As is so often the case, that lovely lady has now been identified. According to Stop Anti-Semitism, her name is Rachel Burney. And of course, Rachel is currently in a PhD program at the University of Southern California and is a teaching assistant in the physics department as well. Good luck to the Jewish students under Rachel. She apparently played soccer at Wesleyan College in Connecticut. There's her team picture, still smiling there. 2021 roster picture showing her. Rachel's originally from Redmond, Washington State, that is, starting to make sense. And there are unconfirmed reports that she may actually be the daughter of a very prominent politician there. Of course, if it is the same Bernie, her mother was just reelected mayor of Redmond, Washington, ran for reelection this week. I'm going to guess she's a Democrat. Yeah, she's a Democrat. Charlie Kirk, nice. So the physics TA and getting her PhD at USC in science and math. She thinks it's hilarious, all those kidnapped babies and their suffering. Such a fun laugh.
I mean, these are sick people. First of all, some people say, "Oh, why are you outing these kids?" She's getting a PhD. This is not a kid. This is someone who is thinking about writing a dissertation. Okay, this is someone who's going to be in charge of instruction. Okay, this person deserves to be publicized, and any decent board that would then read a PhD, like, sorry, we're not going to grant you a PhD. You're kind of similar to a Nazi, to be perfectly honest. And here's what drives me nuts, Megyn. This is one of the tragedies of the left. There's a lot. I have a list. Is the dilution of language. And for example, after January 6th, everyone became a terrorist. Recently, if you say anything in the last couple of years, you're a Nazi, you're a bigot. What happens when we need to use those words, Megyn? Well, they don't mean anything. So now we say, oh, you're a terrorist sympathizer. People say, eh. The left has cheapened language so significantly. So now when I say that, you're tearing down posters that are of Israeli people that are hostages that are Jews, and you're just tearing them down, what exactly do you think you're doing? Getting a good chuckle out of that? No, these are people that morally are no different than we're facilitating the trains to Dachau. I know that might sound radical to some people, but it is very similar type of behavior. No, I think it is. I think it is morally right within the same ballpark. And so where does this come from? I mean, Jew hatred, anti-Semitism, but this is what's so unbelievably important about this. If you took Rachel Burney after that very moment and you say, what are you doing here? She thinks she's doing the right thing, Megyn. She thinks she's doing the right thing.
Because Israel's committing a genocide. Speaking of word dilution.
Yes, exactly. But this is one of my big takeaways. I think we way overemphasize this, even some conservatives at times. Intentions don't matter. The action matters. She herself thinks she's doing something righteous when she's doing something evil. I get this all the time in the trans debate, for example, Megyn. A young man came up to an event back in the spring. This clip has gone viral. It's been seen 50 million times. He said, Charlie, I think you're giving Dylan Mulvaney or Thomas a bad thing. There's no evidence that the intention is to cheat. And we need to be very clear. The intention doesn't matter. The action itself is evil. And this Rachel Burney, she thinks that she's a crusader for righteousness. She thinks she's doing the right thing. When in reality, she's missing her SS uniform.
She should really, speaking of uniforms, spend some more time thinking about those shorts she was wearing. It was not a good choice, Rachel. You need a little bit more attention on the fashion.
Megyn, you're allowed to say that. I'm not saying that, but I
You know
totally
you were
agree.
thinking it. You were thinking the same as I was, and I don't care. I want to mock her. She's disgusting to me. She deserves my scorn and yours as well. And so does this woman. We don't have a lot of editorial on it, but I do want to show it, in Brooklyn, who looks to be college age, who it's just a video. So if you're listening, go back and look at she's angrily knifing the hostage poster. She's got the headscarf on. She's angrily like cutting. It looks like a Jack the Ripper type slicing at the photos. She like the anger at the kidnapped children, at the little babies who right now don't have diapers or food or supplies or their mothers. She's really pissed off at
Well,
them.
they might be dead, to be honest. Yeah, they might be
that's
dead.
right.
Let's just be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
and by the way, there's 20 Americans. By the way, Megyn, just the kind of a buried lead here. How many Americans are still being held hostage? Joe Biden has played a big game here. We might be having an Iran hostage crisis, and no one is talking about this.
You're so
I mean,
right.
just so we're clear, it's like one of the most obvious stories. Like, where is the regime media saying, "Hey, can we get an answer of how many American passport holders are still being held hostage, and who are they?" Yeah, Joe Biden's really pulled a fast one on us on this one. So I think we have to really kind of recalibrate our attention and put some, because he's trying to do everything he can to avoid a hostage type crisis. Anyway, side note there. But yeah, that sort of rage, that sort of resentment is widespread. If you build your worldview based on hating the other, which is the left, then you could drive yourself to belligerently knifing a poster that says, help find the missing Jewish children. No, I mean, this is, we are just beginning the descent into moral darkness. And if there's any positive of this, Megyn, if there's any positive of this, I have seen more Jewish Americans, to their credit, wake up and realize that they have been swindled by the Marxists and the left.
Mm-hmm.
And
Come on in.
I'm pleased to see that trend. The awakening is wide open right now. COVID brought a lot of people away from the traditional kind of institutional way of viewing health, medicine, and government. BLM opened a lot of people's eyes to education and police and crime. We saw the trans thing open a lot of women's eyes to the nonsense of empathy, compassion, and tolerance. And if this opens people's eyes, especially Jewish Americans who tend to be on the left, to realize that maybe their donations, what they've been subsidizing in reality is underwriting and creating the next generation of mini Hitlers.
After a crazy day of politics as usual, we all deserve an uplifting dose of plush perfection. And when I say plush perfection, I'm talking about the seriously soft, incredibly comfy cuddle blanket from Cozy Earth. Here's why you're going to be addicted to this thing, and you're going to want to buy it for everybody come the holidays. The cuddle blanket is a faux fur, ultra plush pile blanket that literally wraps you in a soft, warm cocoon of pure luxury. You just wrap it around you, and the stress of the day melts away. The cuddle blanket is generously sized, so you can easily share that warmth with somebody else. And speaking of sharing, it is perfect, as I said, for gifting. The cuddle blanket is double-sided, perfectly weighted, like a warm, comforting hug. Even draped over your sofa or armchair, its neutral color and faux fur texture adds a touch of warmth to any space. Elevate your cozy moments with the cuddle blanket. Hurry, save 40% off the cuddle blanket right now. This offer will not last, so go to CozyEarth.com and enter my promo code Megyn for 40% off now. That's CozyEarth.com, promo code MEGYN. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.